Monthly performance reviews are an important part of operating a business. They give you a chance to review each of the goals you've set for your business and see how well it's measuring up. When you're setting up your procedures for monthly reviews, we recommend including at least a review of last month's sales, the fulfillment department's expenses, customer satisfaction, fulfillment team training, and inventory management. You may also want to add more specific goals based on your products or services. Whatever you're selling, you're probably using either a POS system or a bookkeeping system to keep track of your sales. There are many different systems, and each is a little bit unique, but they should all include a report that shows your total sales. Find this report in your system and compare it to the sales goals you've set in your business plan. While your fulfillment team isn't responsible for generating sales, they are responsible for making sure those customers get what they paid for. Analyzing the fulfillment team's performance as your business grows can help you determine if your team is capable of reaching your initial goals. If you're a bakery and your team is already struggling while you're only at 50% of your sales goals, you may need to adjust your business plan. Expense reports for the month in review should also be available from your bookkeeping software. Many of these will also let you set up custom expense categories for your departments. Review your fulfillment team's expenses for the last month and compare them to the projected expenses in your business plan. If they're above your expectations, you may need to look at areas that you can reduce costs without sacrificing the quality of your products or services. This might include finding new suppliers or improving operating efficiency. Customer satisfaction is an important indicator of the fulfillment team's performance. This part of the review is usually pretty simple. You're just looking for the average performance in different areas. If there are any areas of your products or services that aren't doing as well as you'd hoped, you should read specific comments to gain more insight on how to improve it. You should also take the time to review any customer complaints from the last month, if you track them. There are a lot of great ways to handle customer satisfaction surveys and customer complaints. We recommend Google Forms because it's accessible across most devices, it's free, and it's easy to use. You can also create automated reports and alerts that let you know when a client submits a response. Ensuring that your team is fully trained on their duties is an important part of quality control. Learning management systems can make easy work of tracking the progress of each of your team members. Whatever method you choose to track your employees' training, create the steps to review their training regularly and make sure they are up to date. For businesses dealing in hard goods, inventory management is an important part of every monthly review. Ideally, on-hand inventory should be what you sell on average over the period it takes to receive 2 deliveries from your suppliers. That means if you get weekly deliveries, you should keep enough of each product on hand to last you for 2 weeks. This gives you a little breathing room in case you get more sales than usual, or if your supplier is late with their next delivery. Whether you're selling perishable items such as foods, or you're selling items that don't expire such as electronics, poor inventory management can be costly. It takes up more space to keep more inventory, which costs you more money. Buying inventory also keeps money locked up in goods until they're sold, keeping you from using that money to grow your sales. Having too much inventory can also lead to expired products and wasted money for food businesses, or for things like electronics, it means you'll be discounting them to make room for next year's models. You should also include measurable goals specific to the products and services you're providing. Fulfillment is basically whatever processes need to happen to make sure your customers get their products or services. If you're a bakery, fulfillment starts with the receiving of raw ingredients and ends once the finished products are put in inventory and ready to sell. As a baker, you might include something like the number of cupcakes or other baked goods produced in a single shift and compare those with your production expectations. You might also look at how much food is being thrown in the trash, either from expired ingredients or from failed production batches. You could also look at how much finished product is expired in the last month. All of these things can help to improve your inventory management and reduce your costs. For retailers, fulfillment is a little different. Unlike a bakery, you're usually receiving orders of finished goods that are ready to sell, and those goods usually have a pretty long shelf life. Fulfillment still begins when shipments are received and ends when the customer receives their product. As products are purchased and the shelves are empty, one of the most important jobs for fulfillment is reordering products that are low on inventory or are out of stock. A good thing to add to your monthly review as a retailer is to look at your best-selling items and worst-selling items. For your best sellers, did you run out in the last month? If you did, you may want to increase your par level to help prevent lost sales from lack of inventory. For the worst sellers, what can you do to promote them? Try changing their displays to make them more eye-catching and closer to eye level. If these methods fail, you may need to reduce your par level or discontinue the product to make room for better performers. For service providers such as landscapers, fulfillment begins with receiving materials and supplies and ends with finishing your plantings or maintenance work. Service businesses can have a huge range of industry-specific fulfillment, so make sure you look at the cost of delivering your service. Going back to our landscaping example, you might want to look at the cost of any fuel for your mowers or trimmers, any fertilizers or pest control products, and the cost of soils and mulches. After you've gathered your data, it's important to analyze what is and isn't working and create a plan for change. Communicate changes to employees through meetings and training to ensure their success. As you perform these reviews each month, you can keep fine-tuning your process until you're happy with your results. If you need help developing a monthly review process for your company, we'd be happy to help. Give us a call or email us today. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more. Check back in a couple weeks for part 2 of our monthly review. Magellan Integrated Strategies. Thanks for watching.